Good to be with you again as we reflect on this, the 30th Sunday in Ordinary Time. The scripture passages are very clear, you might say very easy to understand. Jesus gives the great commandment, love God above all things and love your neighbor as yourself. And the beautiful passage from the book of Exodus sort of makes it so concrete, so specific. First of all, that love of neighbor even has to go to the alien. We would call them the refugees or the immigrants of today. We're expected to not in any way oppress or molest or harm those that are in need. It even mentions then the question about how you loan money. You can't be doing excessive interest taking from people. You have to make sure you don't demand from them as a pledge for a loan something that they really need for their lives. So it's a very beautiful passage reminding us of the basic contours of the Christian life. So in this context, St. Paul then speaks about being an imitator of him and of the Lord, being a model for all believers. Because in a very real way, this message of Jesus Christ has to be shared, has to be imparted, not simply through words or even deeds, but through very lives. Not only through words, not only through deeds, but through very lives, a life of some dedication, a life that feels a call. All of us as Christians, in a sense, give a witness to the world of what we believe by our life. Yes, it comes in words and actions, but it's something that's inside of us. It's something that comes from us, our life. And in vocation choice, as one could consider, and on this weekend we call it Priesthood Sunday. Not that priests are very happy sometimes to have a Priesthood Sunday. We don't really feel that we need more spotlights on our lives and on us. But for the good of the church, we know it's important. It's important for people to realize, first of all, that we do live our life as strongly as we can and with God's grace, as holy as we can, for the sake of the church and the sake of the message of Jesus Christ. The Mass that we celebrate, which in most people's minds is probably the biggest thing they see us do publicly each week, is very central not only to your life, but to my life. It's not something I just do for you. It is something that I do for myself as well. A number of years ago, I was getting ready for Mass. It was a winter day, and I'd opened the doors of the church. It's a little storm was out there. And only Richard, a very, very devoted member of the congregation, made it to Mass. There was nobody else in our little chapel. It's a small chapel. We didn't have it in the main church. And I remember I came, put on my vestments, and I'm putting my vestments on, getting ready for Mass. And he says, "Father," he said, "you don't have to celebrate Mass for me, just for me." I said, "Richard, it is for you, but it's also for me. I need the strength of the Eucharist for my own life as you need it for your life. It's something that we need together so that we can both be models of Christ's life." So getting back to that idea of why does someone choose to be a Catholic priest? And there's lots of negatives, as you and I know, surrounding the priesthood. First of all, there's a negative about religion. So why would anybody devote themselves to this a religion of any sort? And to God. Well, is there a God? That's what people are saying today. A number of people are saying, really? Is there really a God? But we believe our vocation comes from God. It's first of all something that He calls us to. And we have to discern it. Discern is an interesting word. It means we have to look through our lives, sort of weigh things, try to figure out, is this what God really wants me to do? Or is this something that I shouldn't do? In my life, I've had a number of calls for sort of feelings of what I wanted to do. As strange as it may sound, there was a point in high school that I was thinking I would be a merchant marine on an oil tanker. Isn't that the strangest thing? And then I went into thinking as I got along in high school, maybe I'll go into law. I thought, I could run for Congress because I loved student congresses. We used to have those at St. Ed's. And that I would love to do that. I said, well, maybe I can run the president. Thank God I never went that far. I don't think I would be a good president. I couldn't take it. No, I couldn't. So we have a number of things to keep in mind about vocations. But it's a wonderful vocation. It is something that I have enjoyed being part of. There's been struggles. There have been challenges. But as the psalmist put it today, I love you, Lord, my strength. I love you, Lord, my strength.